Welcome to space and happy Smashtober. Let's descend from this location and take a look at the Earth's jet streams. Here are the jet streams of the Western world. Look at the extreme meridional jet stream flow here, the jet stream diverging, splitting into two, blowing directly north over here and directly south over here. Extreme meridional jet stream flow creating massive snowstorms in the western portion of the U.S. We'll get to it. Here are the surface winds of the western portion of the planet. How about the eastern portion of the planet, you ask? Well, there you go. Surface winds. And by the way, the weather alert for Vietnam is orange, a moderate humanitarian impact expected from that cyclone. Here are the jet streams of the eastern world. You can see some meridional jet stream flow here as well as some zonal jet stream flow. The jet stream normally blows west to east, not north to south as it is here in the western Pacific. It's also blowing backwards a bit over the northern Indian Ocean. And some pretty chaotic flows in the southern hemisphere on this side of the planet. Let's continue on. And we've got all kinds of winter storm warnings. Winter weather advisories, all those dark purple areas are hard freeze warnings. Check it out. The western portion of the country, folks, it's so hot out there that it's cold and snowing in October. Here's your NASA GOES lightning mapper. A little bit of lightning there spreading across Arizona and indeed Michigan. Here's a real-time lightning map. It's from lightningmaps.org, powered by blitzachtung.org. I just like it, and let me check the life of the stream here. Here at the Smash News Network, we regularly stream live. This video was originally streamed live to Twitch, twitch.tv/smashamash. Let's get back to the real-time lightning map. Some lightning over the Caribbean and over the eastern Mediterranean. Continuing on, a clickbait article on SciTech Daily about how climate models can't reproduce the early 2000s global warming slowdown. Scientists explain why, except that scientists don't explain why because scientists don't understand why. And by the way, there is no science called climatology. There is no climate science. That's not a thing. We call these sciences things like physics and geology. Were you aware that when the Earth goes into a highly glaciated state, the way it does so is by increasing snowfall to the point where it increases Earth's albedo? Were you aware that cosmic rays cause the Earth to get cloudier? Well, guess what? This article does not explain anything that it claims to explain. The CMIP6 models do not explain why there was a slowdown in the 2000s of the, quote, global warming, end quote. One other question I would pose to all of our viewers: why is it that the Minoan warm period and the Viking warm period and the Roman warm period and the medieval warm period were all warmer than it is currently? Any ideas on that, folks? How come it was so much warmer back then, even though carbon dioxide levels were so much lower? Let's look at the European forecast for snow. The thing that increases the Earth's albedo, and by the way, we've seen 5 seasons of record snowfall in the northern hemisphere. Anybody who's taken a geology class would know that increased snowfall and an increased albedo is what causes Earth to go into a snowball Earth mode. So check it out. We've already got snow all over that portion of the country, which makes the planet shinier and reflects more radiation into space. It's what we call the albedo effect. Anyway, let's continue. Here's where we expect snow to be, according to the European forecast, by 12 noon tomorrow. Additional snow will fall into Thursday, but most of it will be done by about 12 noon tomorrow. So anyway, there's the forecast, the European forecast for snow depth through Wednesday, October 13th at 12 noon. That's Eastern Daylight Time. Continuing on, here's the GFS forecast model for the ongoing situation. I'll leave that up for a minute here. I've created a GIF animation for your convenience. The snow will close out in North Dakota and in southern Colorado, central Colorado, more like. Anyway, that's the GFS forecast model. Continuing on. Again, we stream this live originally to Twitch, twitch.tv/smashamash. Thanks to our followers over there. We'll be doing more and more live streaming to Twitch as we've entered the gig economy. In doing so, we've also created a BitChute account Look for more exclusive videos coming out of there. The latest exclusive video out of there is quite a while ago. We've been only putting up our meteorology segments. The latest video is wearing a mask in public. Go home. You're sick. To those expecting me to mask, I'll just leave it at that. Thanks to our BitChute followers. Thanks to our YouTube subscribers. Don't forget to press like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Tell your friends and foes and your science noobs and your science pros about the channel. I don't think the algorithms are doing it. We need your assistance. Press share. Share on Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook page. Thanks to our patrons for making this possible. We've expanded our coverage to our own website. We're not posting anymore to Patreon, so please cancel your Patreon membership and become Smash Team members. Here's a sneak peek as to what people get to see when they are Smash Team members. smAshomash.com/SmashTeam. You can find links to that at the homepage as well as to our merch. Let's get back to water vapor. So here's what's going on over the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, there's a lot of latency of heat in the Pacific Ocean. Were you aware of this? Have you taken a physics class? Have you taken a geology class? Are you a complete ignoramus when it comes to physics and geology? Well, if so, please don't try to preach to me about the climate, as I probably know a lot more about it than you do. I've been studying climate science and global warming and carbon dioxide as a climate control knob. Speaking of knobs, James Hansen's a knob. I've been studying this since 1987, if you're wondering. And so I've got some opinions on this because I understand things like geology and physics. If you think the planet's hot, please crack a geology book. Continuing on, here is the U.S. Doppler radar map. And there's all that snow falling. Let's take a look at Alaska. And there's a system stagnating there in Alaska as well. Just hanging out there in the area just south of the Alaskan Peninsula there. And it has vanished. There we go. Now it's refreshed. I apologize. This was originally streamed live. Anyway, there are the lower 48. Here's what's going on in the cloud layer. And here's what's going on the water vapor map. I think we showed you a good series of data there. The system is going to be moving up in this sort of a fashion, as we showed you on the tropical tidbits model. That was the GFS forecast. We also showed you the European forecast for snow depth. I don't know what else we can do. Quite a bit of rain there over the Great Lakes. Once again, here's the cloud layer for your recap. And there is the water vapor map that should give you insight into how the system's going to move. I hope that helped. And we love the idea of you being able to forecast your own weather. Leave us a comment. Let us know if we've helped you out. Thanks for tuning in. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. smAshomash, signing off from the Smash News Network, least busted. Name it news.